So I think a lot of people thought when you bought Twitter that this is kind of an outlier. Like, how does this, what doesn't fit with these other things you're doing? I never thought that. Because I think you're dealing with big civilizational issues and problems, and I was right on your page. I think Twitter is one of them. I mean, you have talked about this woke mind virus.
Yes.
In really apocalyptic terms.
Yeah.
You should explain why you don't think it's hyperbole to say things like it's pushing civilization towards suicide. First of all, what is the woke mind virus? And if we don't deal with this, nothing else can get done. Tell me why you think that.
Yeah, so I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic.
Brilliant. Like, you got two, like, 60-year-old donkeys over here talking to one another about the woke mind virus, dude. What is happening, dude? What is going on? It's so stupid. God, America is such a stupid country. It's the dumbest country on the planet. How we survive, Jesus Christ. Entirely defined by, like, dumbass conservatives who literally have to be reminded to manually breathe, okay? Like, they made it up, and now these liberals are, like, having an intellectually stimulating conversation about the woke mind virus. It's like, dude, what are you saying? This was awesome. The time Bill Maher had Bill Burr on, expecting to agree with him. This is my favorite. This is Weeby's favorite, okay? Look at the difference between my favorite and Weeby's favorite.
I've always enjoyed you. I think you're a great comic. But I thought tonight maybe we would, like, sort of share a cry together because I think we have something in common, which is that we think political correctness may be ruining comedy, or at least threatening it. Because I know you've had your problems with that. And you did a routine recently about how women like it rough.
Look at that.
And then, of course, the internet police got all over you.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't notice if that happened because I don't pay attention to it. I don't read comments.
Happened. Yeah, they hated you.
Yeah, but who did?
The haters.
This is my thing. Who? Like
the
20
haters.
people? Like 20 people with a hashtag can get like a news story going now. And I just don't think there's no problem.
I would kiss his bald head, dude. God, I want to have him on the show so bad. Every time I see him, I'm like, God, I love him so much. His politics have gotten so much better since I started watching him. It's so weird. Like, that has never happened with any kind of cultural critic, any kind of commentator. Like, he's the one dude who has gone in the opposite direction as everybody else. It's so strange. Like, been listening to his podcast in 2015 and no one else on earth can do a one-man podcast so well? Absolutely. 100%. Same. Exactly. Like, and his politics have gotten better since 2015, since I started listening to him. Like, that's crazy. At the same time, Joe Rogan has gone, like, rightward and, like, super out of touch. Monday morning podcast on Monday. How are ya? How you doing? You.
Like the amount of times somebody tells a joke and they'll say that there's a controversy at a comedy club. That's funny is they'll show the clip on the news and, like, you hear the crowd laughing. So the comic is basically guilty of telling a joke that worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if you put it on the news, yeah, it's going to be a completely different context. But I mean, I don't go on stage and worry about what people are thinking. Right. It's a really weird time where people are just bringing this up all the time like this is a major problem. I'm not experiencing it. I think it's like a half a dozen stories. And like usual, they're trying to act like, you know, the sky is falling. It isn't. It's a fun time. Come out to a comedy club. You know, you'll have a good time. It's all jokes.
Right.
It's all jokes. Get the fuck out of here.
Undergo. I mean, Chris Rock says he won't play colleges anymore because they're too politically correct. Daniel.
You just ignore them. It's like 3 days. They flip out for 3 days. They try to bully you into an apology.
Well, you can't ignore them when they're right in the audience and you're playing to them.
You tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, believe me.
It's a comedy show. That's all you do. It's like...
Sweetheart, I do it here every week.
It's
oh my God, he's so awesome, dude. He's right. He's 100% right. It's like, it's not for you. Shut the fuck up. Like, as long as someone is not like outwardly agitational towards like minorities, to be like going to a college campus and be like, we're gonna out, you know, every trans person here, and then we're gonna like report them to the parents or some shit. Like, who gives? Stop chirping. Shut the up. It's not for you. Me, holy shit. Dave Chappelle, great example. Dave Chappelle. Okay, there's two different ways to criticize Dave Chappelle. And the one that I criticize Dave Chappelle on is oftentimes lost in the sauce because everybody makes it political. I criticize Dave Chappelle not on the virtue of his commentary. I criticize him on how he's not funny anymore because he's fallen victim to that same bullshit that Bill Maher's talking about here, which is like, oh, cancel culture is so bad. So then all your material is about how cancel culture sucks. And it's like you've heard it a million times over. And then it extends into like trans people being weird and gross or whatever. And then it's not even a joke anymore at that point. You're just doing a TED Talk. That's the wackest shit. A good comic destroys hecklers, okay? Does crowd work, knows how to be quick on their feet. A shitty comic gets offended by the hecklers and cries about it all day. And that's not good comedy. And for the record, I've seen significantly more Dave Chappelle comedy shows than you have, I promise you, because I do live in Los Angeles and I do have the opportunity to go and listen to him when he's like testing out his materials at the Belly Room. You know what I mean? It's like I know how he's crafting his material, and his shit and even his new shit kind of sucks. I want him to be good. Every single comedian, and I love comedy. You guys know this. Every single comedian that has gone down the social justice warriors and woke culture is so bad. Oh my God, am I right? Every single one that has gone down that pipeline has been absolute dog shit, dude. It's hacky. You're on autopilot. You already have a built-in audience for it. You're just catering your message to them. You're not looking for ha-has. You're looking for this. That's what you're looking for. It's the worst thing. It's a comedy killer. You don't want a agreeing crowd, man. You want a crowd to laugh. You want them to laugh. That's why comedy can be something like, a systemic analysis that George Carlin will bring, or just a fart. You know what I mean? Farting on a dog. Okay? It's just what gets you going, what makes you laugh. Okay? It's so stupid to say it like that, but it quite literally is that. It's so sad. It's weird to see so many people who were like, so many people who would have said like, oh man, the left is looking for echo chambers. They're all SJWs, are quite literally the SJWs now. Like, it's just, but because they're on the right or they're advocating for the right-wing side of politics, no one sees it as that. No one recognizes it as such. So it's, I guess, different. But it's not. First of all, I don't want to be preached at about, the LGBTQ rights either when I'm going to a comedy show. So let me just make that clear as well. Unless it's funny. Do you understand? That's why I always say Nanette. That's why I always talk about Nanette as like the, liberal Dave Chappelle. Shit wasn't funny at all. So why would I listen to the opposite side of that?